So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Electabuzz and Electivire. They got Follow Me back. Just like Magmar and Magmortar, they got Follow Me back. They used to have it in the Gale of Darkness, and then lost it for multiple generations. It's finally back on their moveset, which is really nice. It's increased the viability of both these Pokemon significantly. So, Electabuzz should obviously hold the Eviolite, and with that, it's going to have unexpected bulk. Like, its defenses are terrible, 65 and 57 defenses. That's terrible. But Eviolite absolutely patches that up, so it's going to be able to survive a significant amount of hits with this set. It should just go pure support, because 95 special attack, that's okay. It'll do some okay chip damage, but why not just hit both partners, be able to break Focus Sash guaranteed, even around redirection, and also get some good speed control. Electroweb is basically the same thing as Icy Wind, so you're going to be able to control the speed as well as control where the attacks are going to be hitting. So this Electabuzz is basically like pure control on the field. Follow Me, obviously redirect, Electroweb, get that speed control, and then the combination of both Feint and Helping Hand is going to be really nice for a redirection Pokemon, because you really should be putting setup Pokemon next to the redirection, because the Follow Me allows the setup, and then either you can guarantee that you're going to get the KO. If your setup Pokemon is now strong enough, you can Feint into the slot and then attack, and that breakthrough that protects, that means that that slot is definitely KO'd. And then Helping Hand, if they're not quite strong enough to get that KO, Helping Hand should be able to push that over the edge, so it is really nice. Static is a busted ability to have on a redirection Pokemon. Getting chances to get free paralysis just because you redirected, really nice. Obviously, unlike things like Rapid Strike Urshifu, you got 3 chances to get the static, so that's going to be a significant chance to be able to get that, and it will proc a reasonable amount of the time. Paralysis is good speed control, even on top of the Electroweb. The fact that you can get some paralysis without the need for Thunder Wave is quite nice. Obviously, you can run Thunder Wave, and that is an entirely viable move. Like, this is not a recommended moveset, these are just other moves that you could have on this. Follow Me is absolutely mandatory, and then just the other 3 slots even could be anything else. So Volt Switch is just some good pivoting action as well. Going to be able to threaten redirection, but also you might just not go for that and then Volt Switch straight on out of there. I'll probably have Volt Switch over Thunderbolt because your special attack isn't good enough that the increase in damage output will be noticeable. So Volt Switch is surely the way to go if you are going for just a little bit more damage than Electro would do. Taunt, Shutdown, and Shenanigans is always going to be good. Irian Pulse is even more control, going to be able to reduce the special attack of the opponent Pokemon by 2 stages, which is pretty crippling to some Pokemon. If you just get even that's what 1 round of Irian Pulse and special attackers, they're really not doing much damage in the future. So Electabuzz, very viable. Electivire, it's going to be a little bit less bulky than the Electabuzz would be, because the Eviolite is super busted, increase in the bulk, so the bulk increase on Electivire is not that noticeable. Electabuzz is going to be way bulkier. You can somewhat patch that up with a Citrus Berry, a bit, but not quite enough. But there's a couple of things that Electivire has that Electabuzz doesn't. So Vital Spirit is going to be much more usable than it was on the Electabuzz, because Static is way better than Vital Spirit. You should absolutely use Static. But because this has Motor Drive instead, you should default to Vital Spirit, and that's still a good ability. Going to be able to redirect to Mungus going for Spores, that's going to be very nice. And any of the shenanigans with Hypnosis and all that, and Sing Clefairy, going to be able to keep it safe from going to sleep. So really nice to really pin down on the Mungus without this need for a safety goggles. Also, it's got significant attack. Like, that 95 special attack is what you'd want to be going for. Not that great. 123 attack, that's very significant. And also the fact that it got Supercell Slam now, over Wild Charge, a little bit of an increase. Absolutely worth going for, because you want to be ideally keeping your HP as high as possible. Supercell Slam is a little bit risky in that regard, but Wild Charge guaranteeing you lose your HP, as opposed to Supercell Slam, you might occasionally. It's probably worth it for the extra damage. And if you're using Electivire over Electabuzz, you're using it because you want to do extra damage as well. So you should just be committing to doing as much damage as possible is the sentence. And that is Supercell Slam. So you should be using that. Follow Me mandatory as well. Like, it's the reason you'd want to be using Electivire. And then all of these moves are incredibly viable on Electivire as well. So just pick your favorites. Also, you could just go Focus Sash, because, like I mentioned, Electabuzz is way bulkier than Electivire. You could just say, I'm not even going bulk, let's just go Focus Sash, max speed, and then just get, like, Ice Punch for coverage as well. The annoying thing about it is that you are slightly slower than Landorus Incarnate. You're faster than Landorus Therian, which is nice, but they'll be Scarf anyway. But Landorus Incarnate slightly outspeeds you, but at least you'd be able to survive the Earth Power with your Focus Sash and then respond back with a KO with Ice Punch. So, Electivire can go a lot more offensive. Electabuzz is way bulkier, though. But it's just really nice that they've got Follow Me back, because that's really increased their viability.